Our phone number is 877-937-1047. You call us right now. If you call us right now, you're going to get Nick to answer the phones, or my son Dutch. Dutch is here today answering phones and helping us out. He might be sticking around for a while, so if Dutch answers the phone, please let us know if he's polite. 877-937-1047. Text us, text JJR, and whatever's on your mind to 96893. Before the Memorial Day weekend, we were all talking about what movie will be number one at the box office, because there was Mission Impossible 8 that was opening up and Lilo and Stitch that was opening up. And I can't remember if we all leaned one way or another. Do we remember?
I think I said Mission Impossible, and then Peyton said definitely Lilo and Stitch because of the nostalgia. And she was right. Like, Lilo killed it.
Yeah, but it was also the biggest opening for a Mission Impossible movie ever also.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so because for me, I want more Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
And when they said it, the final reckoning, I was like, oh no, I hope he doesn't die. I hope he doesn't want to die. I hope he doesn't die. And I went to the movie Mission Impossible, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Did you see it, Rich?
I did. I saw it in IMAX with my boys yesterday morning, actually. And it was packed in there yesterday morning. And big screen for that movie, big adventure. Without giving anything away, there's like an underwater scene that's probably 30 minutes, something like that. It's a long adventure scene, and I thought it was great.
That's the other problem. The underwater scene, I thought, was a little too long, but it was still very compelling. I thought the movie was just fantastic.
We were all screaming.
If you've watched they tied in all the past Mission Impossible movies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you had I was already a fan. I already knew the things that they were saying, but my kids, they didn't know. They haven't. I was like, this guy was whatever, and then this happened, and it was just really, really good. And if you go to Paramount Plus, they have all the movies up there.
Oh, that's nice. So you can go and binge it before you go see the 8th one.
Well, after I watched the 8th one, I went to watch it. I was highlighting all the parts.
It's pretty good.
This is the guy right here, and this is anyway. I thought it was just an excellent movie.
I'd say it's in the top 3 of the Mission Impossibles, because I really liked Fallout and I really liked Ghost Protocol, but this one was really good too.
And then Peyton, Lilo and Stitch. My kids all want to go Lilo and Stitch. Kemp wants to see Lilo and Stitch because they filmed it in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
And it's the talk of the whole island.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could give you guys a review on it, but we left 8 minutes in.
What?
Why?
Okay. I already know I'm going to get dragged for this right now, but I just got to say, we got there, and it didn't even process in my head. I didn't even think for a second that this is a kid's movie. Because this movie is for me, for my Gen Zers, the people that actually grew up on Lilo and Stitch, the cartoon, right? So we're walking into this movie, and I'm like, dang, there's a lot of kids here. And then it starts clicking. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 2:30 on a Saturday. Summer's out. This movie is about to be packed. So me and Kadeem, we walk in, and we sit we're trying to find our seats. But there's kids literally running everywhere. I mean, sitting in our seats. When we walked in during the first scene, in literally the first 5 seconds of the first scene, we walked in, we're walking our seats. And there's people sitting there, and we're looking around. We're somebody going to get their kid out of our seat? So we end up sitting down in 2 other open seats. And then about 5 minutes goes by, and I notice Kadeem's chair is shaking because there's literally children jumping on the foot seat things. And I was like, oh yeah, hell no, we got to go. I was like, we got to go.
You left a kid's movie because there was too many kids.
And there were too many kids. And here's my opinion. For one, like I said, that movie was for me, for us, right? the 20-somethings to the 35-somethings, that's for us right there, right? Stop. Bring your kids next weekend. Why are you bringing them opening weekend?
Yeah, they don't care. They don't need to review.
They don't have a review. This was for us, and I'm just I didn't even think twice about it, and I was just so upset. So we ended up going and getting our money back, and we got tickets to go see it at another time.
I have never walked out of a movie maybe in my lifetime.
Wait, so you walk back and you go, hey, we want our money back.
Yeah. So actually, it was really funny. So when you walk into the movie theater, there's a person that scans your ticket.
Yeah.
So at first he was like, oh, are you guys going to go see Final Destination? And we were like, no, we're going to Lilo and Stitch. He was like, have fun. And then we walk out 8 minutes later. He's like, you didn't like the movie? And we were like, there's a lot going on. He's like, I told you. He was like, go and get your money back at the front. So they gave us vouchers to come back at another time. It was absolutely insane.
So they don't give you your money back. They give you a ticket to go see a movie.
Well, I didn't really ask for the money back. I asked for a voucher to come back because I know we're going to come see it at another time. But I feel like there needs to be movie theaters that are kids only. You know?
I don't think that comes up
This is
so
like
often.
such a single person view. Like, I'm like, you went to a kids movie and kids were there. Oh my gosh.
And he was like, that sounds like a personal problem. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. But like I said, that movie was for me.
Well, when you
Also,
saw
you could have showed up like earlier on time, and then you would have had like a moment to sort of
Hey, you're
be
probably
like,
right,
"Hey,
Kyle.
all the kids are
Establish.
down in front. Maybe you go all the way to the back. Maybe the kids aren't in the back or something. I don't know."
That's where we were all the way back. And you're 100% right. Like, we totally dropped the ball on it, but that still doesn't change the fact that I believe that movie was for me.
when you saw the first one, when you saw the original, did you see it in the theaters?
Yeah.
Were you a kid?
Yeah, I was like 5 or 6.
See, so
But
there.
this isn't the
It's like,
original.
wait, it reminds me of that movie Interstellar.
This is a remake.
Yeah.
Like if you saw yourself, like you,
That was Peyton jumping
it
on
was
the
Peyton
chair.
jumping on the chair. That was yourself at the age of 5.
So I'll give you a review hopefully sometime this week.
I heard it was fantastic. That's what I heard.
I heard that
Oh,
it's
did you
a
see it,
completely
Nick?
different movie.
Oh, and wait, just great. Like what?
Yeah, no, it was fabulous. It was emotional. Like, my wife cried like 4 or 5 times. Like, it was funny and it was different. Like, it was the same premise of the original, but basically the rest of the movie is different. It's awesome.
Were your kids running around and jumping all over the place?
No, my kids are well behaved.
Oh, no, you said you didn't take your kids. Why would I take my kids to see that movie? But your kids are at Mission Impossible. Because Nick is definitely a Disney
Dad,
dad.
can we go see Final Destination? Sure, I'm going to watch Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, man. All right. Kyle, what do you got coming up with 3 things you need to know?
Turns out traffic jams don't just mess with your mood. They play a little Jedi mind trick on your dinner plans, too. They found even tiny delays on the road lead to more fast food drive-through stops and fewer grocery runs. This is pretty wild. Researchers actually found that in LA alone, it added up to over 1 million extra fast food trips a year just because of getting stuck in
Smart.
traffic.
Just put your fast food right off that turnoff.
I mean, it's good to know if you're trying to like eat good. Like, just don't let the traffic get to you. Plan your meals. Bring a snack or whatever. Bring extra food on the road so you don't end up ruining your diet if you are on one. Now, history was made this weekend in sports. Alex Palou became the first Spanish-born driver to win the Indy 500. Meanwhile, the United States men's hockey team pulled off their first world championship win since 1933.
USA!
Nearly a century it took us to do this. So 2 huge wins, 1 epic Sunday in sports. Now, we've all kind of heard the great benefits from unplugging, right? Taking a break can really recharge you and, help you with your mental health. But apparently it may also raise eyebrows with your boss. A study actually found even though detaching makes workers more productive, managers still see unplugged employees as less promotable. They value constant availability even when it's not healthy. So you're going to have to keep that in mind when you're choosing to unplug. Like, are you okay with how it may look to your boss? Maybe it's a conversation with your boss. Hey, I really need to do this. Here's how I'm going to be more productive. It's one of those things that's kind of like good to know.
Don't you feel good like when you just happen to be looking at your phone when one of your bosses sends you a note, you can answer right away? So it looks like you're on it.
Yeah. But if you unplug when you're out, it doesn't work that way. And that's
True.
3 things you need to know.
You're never more than 30 minutes from KDOT and SZA tickets. The show's tonight. Keep listening for the cue to leave us a talk back. Peyton's predictions. What's the vibe today, Peyton?
I'm going to tell you how you are during a petty argument.
Oh, my God. Kathy, are you a Gemini?
Yes.
Oh, happy birthday sometime.
Happy birth month, maybe.
It's coming up.
Gemini, I got you. Okay, for Gemini seasons. You're texting your other group chat while arguing in real time. So you turn a petty fight into a podcast episode and you somehow drag 3 unrelated people into the story, and chaos is absolutely your love language.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Yeah, you guys are unhinged.
I
for
do that
sure.
all the time.
Oh, it's Katie, not Kathy. Is your name Katie?
It's Katie.
Katie, I'm sorry. Caity. I thought it was Kathy. My
It's
bad.
Kathy's birthday.
My bad.
It
Thanks,
might be
Katie.
a Kathy's birthday.
Well, have a great day, Katie. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye, Katie.
Hello, Megan. What's your sign?
Aries.
Okay, Aries, how you guys are during a petty argument, you're already yelling and pacing while everyone else is still processing what's going on. You take every petty disagreement as a personal challenge, and you will fight to the death just to prove your point.
Yeah, that sounds like right.
Yeah.
Okay,
you guys
Megan.
like to argue, that's for sure.
Have a
Bye,
great day,
Aries.
Megan. Thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
Bye.
My son Dutch is here. It's Take Your Son to Work month. Dutch, what is your sign?
I'm a Cancer. Over.
Okay. Cancers. when you guys get into a petty argument, you guys take it super personally. You're probably crying, and then you'll write a paragraph long text starting with, "It's not even about that." You're not just fighting the fight. You're actually feeling every emotion twice.
That's you. That's so you. That's so
salty.
you. You weren't even listening, were you?
No, over.
What do you have for Libras?
Yeah, Libra. Kyle is our Libra in the room. You guys keep it cute on the outside, but inside, you're playing out every possible scenario and overthinking it. You'll avoid conflict at all costs unless it's indirect, vague, and posted on your story. You guys be subtweeting.
Do we?
Do you? I don't know.
We shall investigate.
What about Pisces?
Rich, when you get into a petty argument, you start crying and then you go and quote a Lana Del Rey lyric and then you disappear for the weekend. You don't just feel the fight, you live inside the soundtrack of it.
Yeah, that happens. When me and Mrs. Barra, Stacy, get in a little fight, she's like, you kind of hold on to the emotion. She's like, and I'm way past it. She's like, let's just move on. I'm like, I don't know, that was kind of hurtful.
Which is interesting because you're both Pisces.
Yeah, but she's just a little different Pisces.
Yeah.
She's different from all the others.
How about Leos?
Leos, when we get into a petty argument, we try to stay calm, but our tone gets dramatic, and now we're monologuing like it's the series finale of our life. Every petty argument is a full-on production, and somehow we still expect an applause from everyone.
Virgo?
Virgo, John Jay, you came with notes, receipts, and emotional analytics. You might seem quiet, but mentally you're drafting a perfectly worded text that will absolutely end them in 12 hours or less.
Yeah, word. All right, we didn't get your sign there. I'll post it on our website, johnjanerich.com. Speaking of writing a perfectly worded text, since the advent of ChatGPT, I use ChatGPT quite a bit, right? And I kind of feel that I've earned the right to use ChatGPT in all my 38 years. You know, like I
Earned the right.
earned the right. Like I went to high school, I went to college,
Oh, yeah.
I got a job, I got into the corporate world. Like I know the words, I have the feeling, I can use ChatGPT. And I use it a lot. You know, like I think it's amazing. I'll sit there and tell it, hey, I want to respond this way, and here are my feelings. And it comes back so perfectly. But something happened last week, and I can't get out of my head, and it's bothering the hell out of me. I got an email from a kid, 17-year-old kid, asking for a donation from Love Pump to sponsor him in a car race. He's a 17-year-old, does like demolition cars or so. He races like old cars, and he wanted like $1,000 or $5,000. And I was like, Love Pump can't do that. You know, like my words, I didn't say this to him, but I was like, we have a foundation. We don't do that. We're trying to raise money to save dogs. We can't sponsor that kind of thing, right?
Right.
So I highlighted his email and I put it on ChatGPT. I go, could you please decline this email respectfully? And the email response was fantastic from ChatGPT. So I sent it to the kid, right? And then the kid responded back to me. But I think he used ChatGPT to respond to me. And he's only 17, and I don't think he has the right to use ChatGPT that way. Now, if those were his words, and he did it himself, very impressed. But I don't think he did. And I feel that's a red flag, and I want to call this kid out. I want to call him up and be like, hey, man, did you use ChatGPT? And if you did, shame.
He's going to say, when he says, well, you obviously use
Right,
ChatGPT.
but I've earned the right to use ChatGPT. I have life experience. If I was 17, I'd have to write that out myself.
Yeah.
Right? So that was me. But Peyton, you have a ChatGPT thing too?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of freaked myself out, and I don't know if it was because I was on cloud 9 or what, but I was tripping, seriously. So I was just talking to Kadeem about AI stuff, and I just stupidly sent a message to my ChatGPT, and I said, "Why are you here?" ? And then it replied back, like, it gave me like a whole little thing about why it's here, how it's going to help the human condition, and what AI is basically going to be here to help human nature. And then it was like, why are you here? And I was like, hold on, ChatGPT, you don't get to ask me questions, first of all. And I was so freaked out. I literally started apologizing to my ChatGPT, and no joke, you guys, my phone started tripping. I swear on everything. It wasn't working. Things were taking forever to load. And so then I just put my phone like in the corner, and I just started talking about how amazing AI is. Hopefully it would pick up on the background, but it freaked me out.
You know what happened? You pissed off the entity. She pissed off the entity.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
watch
great.
Mission
Here we go.
Impossible?
Because I think I reached another plane to where I was in a different level. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what the new Mission Impossible
Ooh, I
movies.
just got goosebumps.
There's an AI. It's called the Entity, and it's going to destroy the world.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like the first thing they do is they invent it. And in Mission Impossible, much like real life, the thing goes rogue and decides it's going to start just doing what it wants to do and then taking over, which is where we're headed. And nobody seems concerned about stopping it.
Jeez, I feel like every time like a ChatGPT AI robot's going to kill someone, they're just going to be like, why are you here?
Starts with the Roomba.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
I feel like I started using ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT is great for like emails or whatever. Like I've used it for emails to like the school's administration and stuff like that. But I feel like I've found like the elevated way to use ChatGPT. So like there's major construction by my house. The 202 is under construction and it's going to be forever. And all of the exits that I have to take are closed. And so I started going a new way to work. But because I went a new way to work, I don't know where I'm going. Like, I've lived here a long time and I don't drive this freeway that I'm on and I don't know where I'm going. So day one that I took the freeway, I got totally and completely lost. So I tried it differently the next day, got totally and completely lost, was late to work. Now, then the next day, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have ChatGPT guide me. So I was like, listen, here's where I have to go. Here's where I'm coming from. Please tell me the easiest way to get there. Then it tells me, and that's the way I got lost. And I'm like, but listen, I got lost going this way. So you're going to tell me how to actually get off on this exit. And it did. It broke it down. But I tried, before that, I tried Google. I tried Maps. I tried one other thing, but no, it was ChatGPT that helped me actually find my way to work.
Maps didn't know. You mean ChatGPT?
Maps showed me the way, but like there is this weird exit that you have to take. It's like a CD road, and like if you miss it, you're literally blocked off, and you're on a freeway, and you're going down three more extra miles.
ChatGPT knew about the road closures?
Yeah.
Or Maps didn't?
Maps, no, I didn't put the road closures in the maps because I already knew. So I was mapping out a different way to get to work.
But Maps won't take you there. Maps will take you there and it won't know that the roads are closed. Like it's going to be like
it gives you different routes.
But you didn't want to take those different routes?
I took the route and I got lost using the maps.
Oh, okay.
So on ChatGPT, did it break down each turn, like kind of how like MapQuest would do?
Yeah, and then I was like, it's like get off on US 60 baseline, and I was like, but do I actually exit on baseline? It's like, great question. No, you do not.
Whoa!
I was like,
'cause
okay.
it is one of those things where you make a right, but if you don't make the right, you're kind of
No,
screwed.
you don't make it right. You stay in the middle.
Over the
Very
weekend,
weird.
this made news. An AI model threatened to blackmail its creators and showed an ability to act deceptively when it believed it was going to be replaced.
Oh, super.
So that's like a real thing. In fact, there's a show right now on Apple called Murderbot. Have you guys seen it yet?
No.
There's like 3 or 4 episodes, and it's okay, but it's about these robots now that they've gone rogue, but they're good so far, you know. But
so far.
it's an okay show. It needs to be a little bit better. Have you guys watched Duster yet on HBO Max?
No.
It's a good show. That's a show I was telling you guys about.
Duster?
It takes place in Phoenix in the 1970s. It was all shot in Tucson and New Mexico. Oh. It's with it's got a handful of famous people, but it's a pretty good show. It's different. It's shot like it's a show from the 70s. And anybody watch that movie on Apple, The Fountain of Youth?
No.
Not yet.
Fountain of Youth is with Jim from The Office, John Krasinski, and he is his sister is Natalie Portman, and they go on an adventure to go find the Fountain of Youth with a billionaire. And if you guys want to watch a better version of it, it's called Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's almost identical.
Really?
Really?
It's like
All the plot?
they're trying to do a modern day Indiana Jones, and it's terrible.
Natalie Portman only does good stuff, though.
Even like in Raiders of the Lost Ark in the Last Crusade, there's even like a scene where Indiana Jones gets shot and the dad gets shot, and then the Fountain of Youth heals him.
Right.
Happens to Jim in The Office.
Same thing?
Same thing. And even in Indiana Jones, the bad person drinks from the cup and dies. That happens in this movie. I don't understand how they can get that made. But it's action adventure, but it's silly. It's not good. Right now, it's time for Stacks and Hacks. Remember I was telling you guys about the college graduations where it was all AI?
Yeah.
Well, here's a clip from Pace University. It seems like lots of universities are starting to do this now. What you're going to hear is AI reading everyone's names perfectly.
Kelly Danko, Sophia Cicero, Emily Acosta, Sabrina Ali, Jeremy Brosnan,
Hayden Tops,
Caitlin Egan, Sierra Janes.
It's all AI.
That's so trippy.
That way you don't get Johnny Veins, because they say it the right way. The second study in less than a year found Americans are the world's most prolific swearers. Around 1 in every 3,000 words on American websites is a swear word. The UK ranks second.
I would think they'd be front and center, especially after watching Mobland, where they just throw around like the checkmate words, like even the grandma does.
But maybe it's like because they have different swear words, like bollocks. It's like maybe that's not really considered a worldwide swear word.
And the words they use over there are swear words to us, but I mean not to them. You know what I mean? Because they say stuff a lot. It's a National Sunscreen Day, and a recent poll asked, if a stranger at the beach asked you to rub some sunscreen on their back, would you do it? Would you, Peyton?
Actually, yeah, I probably would.
Kyle?
I think it depends. If they creeped me out, no.
Yeah, I probably would. Rich?
Depends on what they look like. I got to be honest.
A new report claims that the perfect vacation lasts 11 days and costs about $8,800 per person and is 3 hours from home. A man in the UK was fired after he did a virtual work call without wearing pants. Even worse, he wasn't wearing underwear. He accidentally flashed his bits when he closed his laptop.
Ew.
Okay, but I can relate to doing a Zoom call with no pants on, like when you're just at home, but you have to have a blanket over your waist or something just in case.
Or just put on pants. You're going to be on a camera.
But you're at home.
A mysterious Ouija board demon named Seven said the world's going to end on May 27th, 2025. That is today, by the way.
Okay.
Me and my husband have essentially been talking to something on a Ouija board that goes by the name of Seven, who has been telling us that the world is going to end May 27th, 2025. And I have pages and pages and pages of our correspondence with this thing. I don't know what any of this is, but it felt like the right time to share this with people. TikTok felt like the right place for it. Let me know. Help me save Seven.
No, that is so weird. Why are you and your husband just casually playing with a Ouija board?
I know.
I mean, those are never good. I don't know. I don't get it.
And it's not the right time because it's today.
Yeah.
You didn't give us any time to prepare.
Right. I got a message last week from someone asking me to do this TikTok challenge, and I thought about it all weekend. I was going to do it last night, and I'm so bummed I didn't do it because now it's all over the news. It's where you grown men call in and say goodnight to their coworkers.
Yeah.
I was going to do it to you guys, to everybody. I thought it'd be funny, but I didn't do it. But here's part of it. What you do is you're a guy, and I guess you call your male coworkers and say, hey, man, I just want to say goodnight.
I'll just call and tell you good night. Sweet dreams. What? I'm about to lay down, bro. I'm about to get into bed. I just want to call and tell you good night, bro. Sweet dreams.
Why are you telling me good night?
I hope you sleep tight, bro.
What do you have going? What sweet dreams? I'm a grown. What's going? Are you good?
Yeah, bro. I can't wish that you sleep good tonight.
Don't call my phone. What you mean you gonna sleep tight?
Hey, I was just calling to say goodnight.
Are you joking?
No.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I don't remember the last time someone said goodnight to me.
I just want to call and tell you good night, sweet dreams.
What are you doing?
I just want to call and tell you good night, bro. I hope you sleep tight tonight.
It's been so many nights. You haven't called me to say good night, but tonight is the night you want to call me and say good night.
Yeah.
What's happening? You alright?
Yeah, bro. I just hope you have sweet dreams tonight.
So that trend has evolved.
What?
This trend has evolved because it started as girlfriends calling a girlfriend's boyfriend and telling them to good night to see if the boyfriend would slip up and be into the girl.
Oh, really?
So now I guess it has evolved. I haven't heard the coworkers one.
Oh, because I was like, it's so funny because I was with my son Kemp yesterday and we were talking about it. And I said, it's funny if I call Rich and you do a guy to guy. Like if I was to call Peyton and Kyle and say, hey man, I just want to say goodnight. It'd be weird.
Exactly.
Like you might be going, what?
Okay.
It'd be weird anyway.
Not the same kind of weird as. But what do you got for life hacks, Rich?
Okay, so we've talked about bananas before and how you buy them and they're green, and then a day goes by and then they're super overripe, and then you got to throw them in the freezer for banana bread. So you never get the right banana. So here is the hack that experts say. First of all, don't put them in the refrigerator because they get ripe too fast. But if you want to slow down the ripening, you take a little tin foil and then you put it on the stems. That stops them from releasing the gas that causes them to ripen. And the other thing is don't keep them next to other fruit out and about because that actually makes them ripen faster. So do that little trick with your bananas and they will last longer. You're welcome. That life hack at johnjandrich.com.
Kendrick Lamar and SZA at State Farm Stadium tonight, and we want you to be there. So leave us a talkback message right now on the free iHeartRadio app, and you're qualified. Here's the text about our couples therapy podcast. In fact, it dropped Sunday. The new episode drops every Sunday at 10 a.m., and the most recent episode is Peyton and her fiancé, Kadeem. And this text says, love you, Peyton, but your opinion from couples therapy is wrong, and I'm with your fiancé on this one. I'm 1,000% going to space 100 times over before I go to the deepest end of the ocean once. And I was listening to Peyton's podcast. I would say I had 5 minutes left. I didn't think I had that much left, but I don't know exactly what she's talking about.
So we get into basically a question that I brought up to Kadeem about 5 minutes left into the podcast.
Oh.
And there's been something that I've been so stuck on, and literally I'll ask anyone and their mom who will even entertain me on this topic. But the question is, would you rather go to the deep blue sea or would you rather go to outer space? And based on your answer, I may or may not trust you, depending on which way you go.
What makes you not trust somebody depending on their answer?
Because what is wrong with you? Why would you choose that answer? Your answer is wrong.
But it's like, would you rather? It's just their opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
And they may be uninformed about both.
Yeah, but your opinion is wrong in this case if it's not my opinion.
But is the opinion that's wrong backed up by some sort of psychological science? Like, is your therapist asked you this question?
No.
Because there's a couple of weird questions that they ask in the therapy world where there's a right answer and a wrong answer.
No, my therapist hasn't brought it up. It's just something that I've been stuck on lately.
So he's made it up.
I made it up, right?
Okay.
It's just my belief, and for some reason, I've become obsessed with it. So
let's go around the room. Ask it.
Okay,
let's
so let's
see what
go
everyone
around.
says.
Kyle, would you rather go to the deep blue sea or would you rather go to outer space? And mind you, when you go to the deep blue sea, like you're like a fish. You can swim down there. You can breathe.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Do we have to go in a submarine or are we like?
No. And then outer space, like you're just out there in outer space. Like
Okay, then
no
I'd rather
limits.
go in the sea.
Okay, John Jay.
So you mean I could be in space like Superman? I don't need to be in a
No,
spaceship.
you'd be in outer space.
But like Superman, flying around.
Yeah.
Because you're saying you can swim, you're like Aquaman in the ocean.
Yeah, sure.
Or I can fly around and be Superman in space. Well, I'm going to take space.
Okay.
No way, it'd be boring up there.
Yeah, I mean, if you got fish powers, I think I would take the deep blue sea.
Okay, so I trust you, Kyle, and I trust you, Rich. I do not trust you, John Jay.
Why?
No way. I think that if you choose to go to outer space, there's something seriously wrong with you because there's no ending out there. You don't know what the heck
Right.
you're going to find out there.
Well, you don't know what the heck you're going to find in the ocean because they don't know, like...
It's less explored
I think that's
than
why I would
space.
be like, okay, let's see what this is all about. Let's see what we don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going to
Fair
find
point.
Atlantis.
But then space feels like it might be a little boring.
I feel that, but also it's like, you know, you'd be able to, like, what I think is crazy is how, like, you can go to outer space and we don't know if there's an ending. With the ocean, you know that you're going to hit the ocean floor. You know that there's the earth core. You know that there's all the crusts and
Right,
stuff.
but then
that
you're
you
limited.
learn.
My way, there's no limit to my life and my success.
I guess so, but what
Insert
if you're
John
just
Jay singing
really
Unlimited.
scary? From Wicked.
There is no end to what I can do.
Out there.
You guys have a ceiling. I don't.
There's some people, though, Peyton, that say that space is not real, and we've never gone there because you can't.
Well, exactly. So, and this is what Kadeem had said. He's like, well, if you go to outer space, like, you know, you can either run into aliens or also, like, there could be people out there that are just controlling us like a little game, and that's also very terrifying to think about.
Well, then it'd also be controlling you in the water, too.
I guess so, but I just feel like I'd rather see a fish than an
Okay,
alien.
let me bring it down. What if it was submarine versus spaceship?
Spaceship all the way.
Spaceship. all the
Yeah,
way?
probably spaceship.
I
I think my opinion stays the same.
Really? Because, you know, it's interesting because I've watched, you know, Mission Impossible that came out over the weekend, and in this movie that I was telling you about, The Fountain of Youth, there's a lot of ocean stuff in there, and the ocean just terrifies me.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty scary.
The
But if
more
you're like
and more,
one of the fish,
Huh?
then you're just like in the element. But if you're like a submarine, I just feel like, ugh.
right? That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to do either, actually. But
Yeah, I
think you messed up my judgment because I could be Superman. Superman can do anything.
I guess so.
He's flying
if
in space.
If
He
you
can
put
do
it that
it.
way.
Like bored. Well, I'll just go to another planet.
But yeah,
I'll hit
if
all
you
the
choose outer
planets.
space, I don't trust
I'll come back to you guys all the answers.
Guys, UAPs are real.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you're kind of going into the unknown,
Oh,
right?
it's so creepy. It's so creepy to think about.
But the unknown in the earth is limited. You can't. You're stuck here.
Exactly.
I can go boom, boom, boom.
Why
boom.
would
Hey,
you wanna
check
do
out there's
that?
an ocean over here. I have more to do, and you guys, I'll never get bored.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But at any rate, okay, that's Peyton's question.
You
That's
feel like it's
that was
non-committal?
my question for the room.
If you go to space, you're non-committal.
I said your fiance, Kadeem, your fiance. Is there any kind of wedding update with you since you got engaged a week ago?
Yeah, so actually on Saturday, Kadeem and I, we decided we're going to sit down and we're like, okay, let's try to get ahead of this. Maybe try to pick a date, a time frame, whatever. And then we sat down and we did a guest list. Just off the top of our head, not looking on Instagram or Facebook or anything. And I feel like my dreams of a small backyard wedding are dying every single day.
Why? What's your total end up?
Take a guess.
You got to be 250.
300 people. 300 people.
Well,
My
everybody
dreams
has
are
that.
probably
And
cut
then
it
you
in
got to
half.
start cutting. Then
Well,
you gotta
it's
start
hard
making-
too because like everyone's connected to like 5 other people.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you invite just John Jay from the show, it's like me, Rich, Nick, everyone else
then
might
our
be like a little bit like, oh, how come we didn't get invited? And then you got to do the plus ones. And so it adds up so quick.
Exactly. And so I was like very stressed out about that. But good thing though, we did kind of figure out our bridal parties. That was a really big stressor
that's good.
on my life. Because I have so many friends and so many friends that I'm really close to. But my problem with the bridal party is like, I know it's supposed to be like about our day and things like that. But like my friends don't necessarily all get along the best.
They will.
Like,
They will for your day, though.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Let me just give it. Let me relate this to something earlier. If you wanted to go to space, your list for your wedding would be endless. But because you're just staying in the ocean, you have a limited guest list.
Okay.
That's the difference. Do you see what I'm saying?
Wow, that was so deep.
Thank you. I'm tying into what she's brought up.
deep.
That's your change your attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude.
Hey, that it does.
And your altitude is in space.
Your
Well, you
guest-
can do anything.
John Jay's offended. You don't trust him.
I know.
Is your guest list?
I wouldn't trust me either.
My mind.
When you
You can also-
uninvite,
never
when you
mind, go
uninvite people to your wedding, by the way, they will remember. I still get calls from friends
If
who
you
are like,
didn't tell me happy birthday, you're not getting invited to my wedding.
I can't. Like I still get calls from people like, I can't believe you invited them and not me to your wedding.
Yeah.
Who would say that to you? That is, you should call.
very
You
bold.
made the right decision. The
That's
fact
what I
that they
said.
would do that.
I know.
And it wasn't.
And
And I'm
if
like,
someone
it
did
wasn't-
not invite me to the wedding, I'd be like, thank you. Thank you so much. Like, who does that?
I'm like, hey, it was Stacy's call. Apparently, she was right.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
She made the ultimate guest list call.
Yeah, as she should.
Yeah.
As she should. But wedding planning, it's going good. It's fun. It's probably going to be a big wedding, which is fine, I guess.
It'll be fun. It'll be
will be
amazing.
fun. I
Are
just
you doing
want
it
a
old
party.
school, like your parents are paying for it? Or are you and Kadeem paying for it?
Oh, no, we're broke. Mom, Dad, where you at?
Then that might really affect your guest list again.
Yeah.
All right, so
No,
maybe
we're
you
not
need to get
gonna
that.
do, like, a
You
plate
probably got to
dinner.
start there.
We're going to do food trucks. So if you
Find
got a
out
food
what the
truck,
budget
hit me
is.
up.
That's going to be a long line. You got 300 people at a food truck.
All right.
Multiple food trucks.
Oh, okay.
You're never more than 30 minutes away from Kendrick and SZA tickets.